Hello everybody, I wish you're doing well. Today we'll start a new series of tutorials about CATIA V5. So CATIA is an acronym to say Conception Assistée Tridimensionnelle Interactive Appliquée, that is a French name that want to say three-dimensional conception and that is interactive. It is a CAD software and that was developed by Dassault System. So it has a multitude of modules. Between them, a CAM module that works very well, that a lot of big companies use. So for the to start, let's directly create a project. So we can create a project by clicking here in part design to do 3D modeling, entering the name, enable an hybrid design, and create a geometrical set. So we can click directly here and click OK. So here is the interface. Uh, Here we have the menu bar. Here we have the specification tree. The graphic here, it is the graphical zone where we can do modeling, and here is our toolbar. Uh, Here it is our dialog zone. Here we have three uh, the three planes that are directly created to draw with them. And here we have some icons to start, and this is gives us the axis and the rotations. So it is the work plane. Here we have Z direction. Here it is the X direction. Here is the Y, and here it is a rotation around Z. Here we have a rotation around the X, and here around the Y. So this is it, and we have two tools as I told you. So to use the mouse, there is a specific way to use the mouse. So the left button of the mouse is to select things. I can select here. I can select with it this plane, as you can see it here. And when we maintain the middle button, the rotor, we can translate with maintaining it. And as you can see it here, it is for the rotation, so I must click on the middle button and click and maintain in the right button, and I can turn as I wish. You can see it here. And for the zoom, I click in the middle button and I maintain this middle button and I click one time in the zoom in the right button. So this is it too. When I have this little icon, so I can zoom in and zoom out. So as you can see it here, I maintain the middle button and click one time the right button and go up to zoom in and go down to zoom out. So this is the usage of the mouse, and for the modules we have here part design, assembly to do modeling 3D models. Here we have assembly design to modelize uh, the assembly of these the work pieces that are from part design. The sketcher to do 2D design. We have also some others here, but we can use them for other purposes. For example, well design, it is like the assembly design. We have wireframe and surface design, but we have the same here also, generative shape design to do uh, surface design, if I can say this like this. We have also this machining to do CAM programming. So let's start by the first thing to do. It is the sketcher tool. So to open it, we have to click on it with the left button and click on a plane to do 2D design. So here we have some tools that we will use. Uh, for example, I'll start by this is to do, we can use it to do a lot of lines. We can close by clicking like this, and to erase this we can just select it first and click on delete, and everything will be deleted. To create a square we have different methods. We have this method, for example, click direct from side to side. We have other methods here, for example, from the center we can create a symmetric uh, a central rectangle. It will be symmetric from each side. We have also others here, for example, oriented rectangle. So we create it like this, but it is not really used. I don't use it a lot, but there is other things that is really common and they really use, from for example, elongated holes that are really important. So to create them we click first time to create line, then do an elongated hole. uh, these are for holes. We can also create this type of elongated hole that are cylindrical. And create circle, then do an arc, and this is it, create it. So it is defined by a radius and distance and angle, of course. So we can also create circles with this centered circle. We can create it with 3 points. So this is it. It is sometimes useful to connect between 2 or 3 points, or 2 or 3 uh, lines. No, 2 lines. We connect between 2 lines and put another point. We can create 3-point arcs. This is it. We can also create an arc directly like this. Click here and do the arc. We can create a spline by choosing points, and it will move like this and do this with it. It is used for aerodynamic shapes, for example. So we have ellipse here. This so we can choose the A and the B, the two distances as of the ellipse, but we can create parabola by focus. For example, we can create a parabola and connect. Let's do the parabola, but for these three, the concept is the same. So we click and give a distance to give the its shape. So here it is. And we can create lines with using this, but in general we use this single line, or if we want to create multiple line we use this. And there is sorry, there is this to create a point like this, and this to create an axis. We can create it directly, or we can, for example, create a line and select it, then select axis. We can transform it like this to an axis. So let's erase it. So now let's create, for example, a rectangle. It is here. I did because we used it. And to give the dimensions of this, to constrain and give dimensions to this rectangle, we can use the constraint define this constraint. We can give its distances, but as you can see this, we can move it in this. So to constrain all this rectangle, we must give the distance between this axis and this line of this rectangle. So we can do this to give this distance. So click between this and this and give these distances. And there is this. There is this constraints that we can define by this dialog box. We have multiple of them. We have distance, so we give the distance. We have the length. We have the angle. We can define an angle directly by it. The radius, the semi-major axe, the semi-minor axe, the symmetry to create symmetry, uh, the midpoint of a line, for example, the equidistant point. We can fix this line, for example. If I click on fix, we will have this and fix it directly and give its length. It is here directly. And we have here the coincidence to we can do the concentricity, the tangency, the parallelism, the perpendicular, horizontal, and the vertical. The vertical is wrote with V, and for example here, if we click on it and open the dialog box, we will find that it's horizontal and the sign is H here. So this is it. So we have some constraints here horizontal, here vertical, and we can reconstrain here this. There is a trick. We can double click here, and the constraint won't be. But if we give 2 times the constraints, we will have the repetition of a constraint, so the sketch will be uh, in a purple color, and it is a fault. So we can erase it. We can delete it directly like this. And for the trick, we can delete these two. We double click here, and we can do this and this directly. We can gain some. So we can click on this and do this and this. It will give us an angle, but it is purple, so it is a mistake. So to constrain, as I told you, we must do these two distances and this with this. So we have to click like this. It is in green color, so it is good. So we will deal with these other types of the constraints in the next exercises that we will do. Also, these tools that we can use for some purposes. For example, we'll create a rectangle here. We can use this to do the corner, or with another technique, we can click on this line and create the corner. Then we have the chamfer, can create on the corner directly to create it, or click in these two lines. So this is for these two functions, and for this function, we can create crossed lines like this. We can use this to erase directly this part, or directly this part. We can, for example, double click on this quick trim and click this here and can erase quickly and gain time. We have this trim and choose where we will trim it. For example, here, can click here too and put it like this. Can go back, or with clicking Control Z, we can use brick and brick it here, for example. So we will create constraints here of coincidence. When we erase them, we will have this that is break here. So we can use this type of these. So let us take an example. Let's clear this. Let's create, for example, this and this. We can use mirror to click on this. For example, uh, click on these two, then click on mirror and click on this axis, and it will create it symmetric here. It's mirrored. We can use also symmetry. So when we click in this axis, it will go directly in the other side like this without uh, having this in this left side. Uh, we can use translate, can put two instances if we can, and so we can give do this. So this is it. There is also rotate. We click this and we take a center of rotation, and we can create this with rotation. Mm, we can do a scaling. We can put it bigger or smaller as you wish with your mouse. We can do an offset directly, creating a bigger with the distance here. So this is it for these functions that are uh, used in general. So uh, thank thank you for watching. See you soon.